It's Week 13 of the NFL, and we'll get a look.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Dobbs goes in motion. Off the play fake, Daniels. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mills.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
That's complete to Dobbs. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now again, right side, Mills. And taken down just shy of the 40. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mills, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Here's Daniels. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Returning it is Moore. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Lions will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. The numbers for Davis last week, 7 catches, 88 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd down and 4. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Now Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Play fake. Here's Love. Out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Dobbins trying the left side. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Working out of the gun. Love. Caught right side, Davis. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
The Aviators offense and Brandon Ayuk getting set for this next possession. And he's been a consistent force offensively all season. Currently ranked amongst the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Daniels looking to throw. Complete to Olave on the out route. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Ayuk goes in motion. Play action, now it's Daniels. Tries the right side, finding Woods here. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Pressure comes and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back out comes San Antonio. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Now a 2nd and 10. They go play action. Daniels. Short throw to the tight end Thomas. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Here's Jack Fox on to punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to...
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Mills, and room there to work it inside the 25. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. To the air goes Daniels. Flushed out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1.
There he goes, left side. And all the way down to the 9. A big play there on the catch and run. 78 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run with Dobbins. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal.
Now Love will try with his legs.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jordan Love, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Well, now how about this return?
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-0 as they come up 1st and 10.
To throw is Daniels.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
2nd and 10. Throwing now is Daniels.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Now Daniels.
He finds his man, complete. That's Mills. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. That's quickly out wide to Davis. And he'll be taken down after big yardage. But, folks, there is a flag down, and they're already walking this one back. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 18-yard line.
Love.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the 1st half.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Back out comes San Antonio.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Daniels.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. He's got Thomas yet again complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. At least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Off the play fake. Daniels.
He completes it to Olave.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. The situation changes a bit now. 1st and goal from back at the 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. 10-0 our score.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Daniels. Buying time to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jaden Daniels.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Aviators have got it back to within a score.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. Play action this time with Love. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Love from the gun. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing. Love. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Again, it's Love. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Love now. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Love looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On play action. Love to throw. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Love. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. To throw now. Here's Love. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6, and now it's 3rd down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Olave motioning to the left.
A final shot before break. Daniels.
Throwing left sideline there. but it's incomplete.
So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, and it's the Dolphins who are out in front in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Houston Texans. Justin Herbert, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Trevor Lawrence, strong in the victory as his guys move to 9-3 now on the year. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep the tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Now the first carry here for the running back.
Brought down that time by Quay Walker. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Play fake. Here's Love.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Deonte Banks there on the stop.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Deonte Banks on the coverage.
Tucker's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, what, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get involved in the end zone.
Up the middle they go. It's Mills. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. They'll go again with Dobbins. Pushes past him. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now Love. It's complete. Burks. So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Looking for Woods again, and he finds him.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
2nd and 6.
Now a give right side. Mills. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
15 yards on the play. 1st down.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mills.
He'll get this down to the 38.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here's Daniels.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Off the play fake, Love. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
37-yard line.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 56 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Right back to Dobbins on 1st.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Jermaine Johnson there to bring him down. from the 21. Here's the 2nd and 9.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
A fake on the jet sweep and a give to Dobbins.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The Lions on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Love. And he fires one, but incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So an important one there as they widen their lead in this 4th quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point, because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
Back out comes San Antonio. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. On the bootleg, it's Daniels.
He finds his man, complete. That's Barnes. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
To throw is Daniels. A short throw pulled in by Woods.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Play action, now it's Daniels.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Now come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. To the air goes Daniels. That is caught. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. Now Daniels. The pass caught by Olave.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Daniels looking to throw.
Touchdown!
Chris Olave.
27 yards.
And the Aviators are able to cut into that deficit.
Point after, right down the middle, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Lions offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
Love, they go play action now. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Jermaine Johnson
able to get him for a loss of about 3. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Love. And this one's incomplete.
that open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Throwing. Love.
Open man, that's Gesicki down the field.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he will have a Lions 1st down, and that's the one that should seal a victory.
And they will take a knee here. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Dobbins.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. This to make it a 2-score game. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go, and that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Detroit, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for San Antonio, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.